suburbs have seen home prices drop 10, 15, and even 18% since last year. But others, they're holding steady and even outperforming 2024, despite recession fears, rising inventory, high interest rates, and a market that's slowing down across the board. In today's video, I'm ranking 20 cities and suburbs across North Dallas based on both short-term risk and long-term investment potential. We'll break down for you which areas are showing real strength and which ones are flashing warning signs, so you can buy with confidence in 2025. Let's get into it. I'm Emily Herrenda, Dallas area realtor, and for the past 10 years, my husband Tim and I have been helping people just like you buy and sell homes here in the Dallas area metroplex. Subscribe to our channel, and if you'd like us to help you find a home here in the Dallas area, give us a call, text, or email. A couple months ago, we put out a video on hyper-local corrections in the Dallas market, and today I want to take that a step further. In this video, I'm ranking some of the top suburbs in North Dallas, not based on lifestyle or personal preference, but strictly from a market perspective. Which areas are performing well in 2025? Which ones are starting to slip? Whether you're relocating or already live here and you are eyeing your next move, this breakdown will help you make a smarter real estate decision. Before we jump into the rankings, let's set a baseline. If you look at the 4 biggest counties in DFW, the median sale price is down 1.2% year over year. Some areas are holding up well, while others are definitely not. If you break that down county by county, you can see that Dallas County performed the best, followed by Tarrant, then Denton, then Garland. Now, you've probably seen ranking videos on YouTube before, but this one calls for a bit more nuance. Here's the breakdown. Recession-proof. These are the suburbs where prices are still rising even as the broader market cools. Second is stable. These areas have enough demand to avoid major declines, but you're also less likely to see huge appreciation spikes. Third is bullish. These have strong long-term potential, but it's not fully realized yet. When the market slows, they can feel sluggish, but the upside is there if you are patient. Fourth is volatile. These areas are more sensitive to market shifts, and I'd be extra careful about pricing before buying it. And last is skeptical. These are the suburbs I think maybe are overhyped. You could likely do better from an investment standpoint looking elsewhere. First on our list is Dallas itself. By the way, when people say North Dallas, that can refer to either this part of Dallas proper or to the northern suburbs as a whole. So while this video is looking at suburbs in North Dallas, we need to include Dallas on that list, especially since a lot of areas in Dallas feel more suburban than urban. In any case, Dallas is very firmly in the recession-proof category, as we saw a 12.9% year-over-year gain over last year's median sell price. Think about that. DFW as a whole is down 1.2%, but the city of Dallas itself is up close to 13%. Now, just like any of these, there's going to be nuance to this. There's going to be pockets that don't see that much growth. But in real estate, as you know, it's all about location. And being right in Dallas proper is about as good of a location as you can get. Second is Fort Worth. It's hard to talk about DFW if we ignore the FW part. Fort Worth as a city has a population of over 1 million people. Compare that to Dallas proper, which has a little over 1.3 million people. So Fort Worth is no suburb. It's a city in its own right. And I'm putting Fort Worth in the stable category. As a whole, Fort Worth saw a 1.2% gain over last year, but when you look at a 6-mile radius from downtown, you'll see a 3.5% gain. So there's been a lot of great developments in play for the future of Fort Worth. I almost wanted to call it recession-proof, but I'll call it a stable plus because it's really not in the same category as Dallas proper. My third suburb is Carrollton. Carrollton saw a 6% year-over-year gain, when the rest of DFW went down 1.2%. Those are very good numbers. Let's talk about why. Your location is really great, allowing you access to I-35E, 121, George Bush, and 635. Now, there are some older neighborhoods in Carrollton, and this is actually an area known for a lot of foundation problems. But there are also some homes that are only a few years old. And you have the nearby Grandscape, which is still growing and really one of the most underrated spots in Dallas to spend a weekend. Carrollton is a surprise entry into the recession-proof category. All right, fourth. Here's one that the numbers seem pretty shocking. Celina, Texas is the fastest growing city in America. And it's not down a little bit. It's down 18%. What's going on, Celina? Okay, so there are a few layers to this. It's not so much that people lost 18% of their equity last year. It's just that there's a lot more affordable opportunities being made available. I'm putting it in the bullish category in spite of the fact that the median sales price is down. The number of sales is actually up 25% year over year, and if you look in some of the high-end communities like Light Farms, Mustang Lakes, prices are actually up in those neighborhoods. But Celina is having an explosion of new communities in the northern part of the town with more affordable options. So this is why I put it in the bullish category. Long-term outlook is very bright, even if the short term doesn't show skyrocketing equity. What about Celina's southern neighbor, Prosper? There are so many luxury homes in Prosper, but the demand for Prosper is not going away anytime soon. Year over year, it's down 1.7%, which is right in line with DFW as a whole, despite the fact that the median sales price is hovering around $900,000. That's nuts. I'm putting Prosper squarely in the stable category. Time to add one to the skeptical category, and that is Little Elm. There are parts of Little Elm that I'm more bullish on, and those are the parts that are zoned to Frisco ISD. But those that are in Little Elm or Denton ISD have me less convinced that there will be a ton of appreciation over the next few years. Now, the prices in Little Elm are much more reasonable than the surrounding areas, and if you buy and hold for 5 to 10 years, barring some sort of unfortunate housing market downturn, you're going to be fine. I am just skeptical that this area is going to appreciate as nicely as the suburbs to the east of it. Which leads us to number 7, which is Frisco, Texas. I'm bullish on Frisco, despite it having over a 6% drop in the year-over-year median sales price. I'm bullish on it because of what's coming into Frisco. This is one of those areas that is going to be high demand for decades. Whatever price you pay for a home in Frisco today, 10 years from now, that is going to feel like a dream. That doesn't mean to buy without discretion, but with prices looking more favorable than this time last year, I'd pounce on it before the market starts to turn around. The opportunity is right now. So I'm going to group 8 and 9 together because they border each other and share many of the same characteristics. These are Lewisville and Flower Mound. They both have similar year-over-year market response. They share a school district, so in many respects, this is the same market, even though Flower Mound has a higher median price. I put these both in the stable category. It's doubtful that you'll see crazy gains in either of these suburbs over the next few years, but with highly rated schools and in a desirable location, I'm not worried about depreciation in either of these suburbs. Now, if you go west from Flower Mound, you're gonna encounter a town called Argyle. I'm putting Argyle into my volatile category. There's a lot of potential growth here with master plan communities, but it still feels really far out to me. But I can't say I'm truly skeptical because I think the value you can get for your money out here is really good compared to other places in DFW. Now let me add this. If you're looking to spend $1 million or more on a property, Argyle is going to offer you luxury homes with land. And I am all about that. Especially if you're gonna buy something that you're gonna make your forever home. I'm a country girl at heart, so there's definitely a lot to love out here. But that 12% drop in median sell price does give me a little more pause about going into Argyle with 100% confidence. Another volatile suburb on our list is Princeton. I honestly had a hard time with this one. A couple years ago, I would have put it in the skeptical category. And while I do have optimism, I wouldn't say I'm bullish yet. Their year-over-year median sell price is down 10%, but this is another case of new communities coming that are just in more affordable price points. The thing about Princeton is that it's still very much in development, and it could be a bit of time before all of these developments are realized. So what I have told people about buying in Princeton, that you should not buy here if you view it as a 3-year home. I suggest a more buy and hold scenario, because short term, you could have a hard time recovering your value. Long term though, I think Princeton shows a lot of promise. Princeton sits just south of Melissa. I'm actually bullish on Melissa, even with the 9% year-over-year drop. I just think there's a lot of potential here. You don't need to use 380 to access it, which gives it a big leg up on Princeton. The schools are more highly rated. It was just voted the safest city in the state of Texas. So even with prices down, I'm bullish on Melissa. Right north of Melissa is Anna. I'm skeptical on Anna. Not saying it's a bad investment, but it has to be a buy and hold purchase. I just think that there's so many other places closer to Dallas for the price you pay. Long term, Anna's gonna be just fine, but I am not pointing my first-time homebuyers in this direction, unless we're just not able to find them something that works that's closer to Dallas. Especially in this market, I would tell them be patient for other opportunities. Now, those last 3 suburbs is where people are going when they can't find something they like in McKinney. McKinney, I'm putting in the stable category. They saw over a 2% gain in year-over-year prices. You have the amazing historic downtown district, as well as world-class golf courses, including the home of the Byron Nelson Classic at TPC Craig Ranch. Location is amazing. It's beautiful here. I'm almost wanting to call it recession-proof. But I think that the one variable here is that some parts of McKinney are going to feel further out than others. So I'm sticking with stable. Now, if you've shopped for homes in any of these last few suburbs, you may have also looked at Aubrey. I really debated on this one for a while, but I'm going with volatile. But this really depends on your end goal here. Personally, I think Aubrey was a little overhyped. But again, the pricing is just so much better here than many of the other surrounding areas. So Aubrey has had an 8% decline year over year. And depending on where you are, the location can really be a challenge. Sandbrook Ranch is an amazing community. It feels just like the luxury neighborhoods to the east, and it's hundreds of thousands of dollars cheaper. Sitting west of Aubrey here at the splitting of I-35 into the east and west routes is Denton. Denton has an underrated location, as it is able to easily access both Dallas and Fort Worth. It's home to 2 universities, and it definitely feels like a college town within the city limits. The restaurants in the square are... Denton is gonna have solid demand for a long time. You really can't get this vibe anywhere else. Denton's year-over-year prices are only down 1%. I'm putting Denton squarely in the stable category. Our last 4 suburbs are some of your big hitters. They're more established, and at the risk of spoiling the remainder of this video, I'm putting all 4 of them into the stable category. We will start with Allen. Allen had a 0.3% year-over-year increase. Allen was rated the #1 school district in Collin County and the 6th best in Texas. And then you have Lovejoy ISD, also in Allen, which comes in at #2 in Collin County. It is tempting to call Allen recession-proof, but I'll stick with stable because we didn't see the kind of increases that those top-rated suburbs saw. Just southwest of Allen is Plano. Plano is easily a stable market. It's not going to give you ridiculous gains, and the population is flatlining because it's so built out. One thing that might sound like a random side note that I'll say about Plano is if you're buying a fixer-upper, make sure you're doing your due diligence checking things like sewer pipes. Many older homes in Plano are at the age where cast iron pipes are going to need to be replaced. A good stable purchase can become a bad investment when the home is going to require a lot more maintenance than you planned for. Moving closer to Dallas, we have Richardson, also in the stable category. I'll say this about Richardson. The lower price points have become a challenge for first-time homebuyers that have no experience with home repairs. Many of these are going to need a lot of work. But if you're looking for something like a move-up home or even in the luxury market, your prices here are typically a little better than being in Dallas. Last on the list is Garland. Garland as a whole is stable. There are some beautiful neighborhoods, and there are some that maybe might not be your top choice. But regardless, your prices stayed stable over the last year. Your prices here are generally more favorable than many other places in Dallas. So if you find a neighborhood that works for you, this could be a great place to check out. And Garland ISD is one of the few in Dallas that offers residents their choices of schools within the district. All right, so these are our top 20 suburbs here in North Dallas. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you'd like help finding a home here in the Dallas suburbs, give us a call, text, or email. We'll see you next time.